Hi there, I'm Megan Nolan from Vitality Group Training, and today I'm here to answer another question. Do I have to spend a lot of time working out to actually get the results I want? When people first start exercising, they're worried that they're going to have to be working out several times a day for several hours a day. No, this isn't necessary. The American College of Sports Medicine recommends that in order for you to maintain what you have right now, so if you want to stay at the weight you're at, if you're happy with where you're at, then a minimum of 3 hours of exercise a week is required. But if you want to transform your body, that is, make changes, either lose or gain weight, increase muscle mass, or decrease body fat, then we are looking at a minimum of 5 hours of exercise a week. So if you compare that to the fact that there's 24 hours in the day and then 7 days in the week, that's a really small percentage of your actual week. So 5 hours of exercise broken down over the week is going to be enough to make changes. So a lot of times people are worried that I'm going to have to spend a lot of time on the treadmill doing a lot of cardio and that gets really boring. Well, you don't. There's an amazing technique that you can use called interval training that is a way to shorten the time that you're spending doing cardio. So by increasing the intensity of your cardio session, you can decrease the time. So that you're not spending 45 minutes to an hour to get into your fat burning zone in the cardio session. You actually amp up the intensity of the session. You burn more calories overall, so you are burning more calories that are fat. Because it's a higher intensity, you increase your metabolic rate. So you burn more calories during the session, you burn more calories after the session, so you're going to be burning more calories overall in this 15 to 20 minute interval session than you would be 45 minutes to an hour on the treadmill. So you're in and out in 15 minutes as opposed to 45 minutes of slugging along at this moderate pace on the treadmill. That doesn't sound enticing, doesn't it? Does it? So what we're going to do is take it up 15 to 20 minutes. So you always do your warm-up, always 3 to 5 minutes of getting your body prepared, increasing your core temperature, mobilizing the joints, activating your muscles, and then we're going to do 6 to 7 intervals. So when you're first starting out with intervals, you can do a 1 to 2 ratio. 1 work to 2 rest. So say you do 20 seconds of work, you do 40 seconds of rest. And we could work through that 6 or 7 times. And so when you're in the work part of the interval, then you're working at 8 to 10 of your full maximum. Or if you're ready for it, you can push yourself to a little bit more. But if you're just starting out with this, working at an 8 or a 7 even is very challenging. So as long as you're pushing yourself towards your maximum, then that's a really great place to start because it's a lot more than you were doing before, right? So it's a great step into it. So we're going to do a 1 to 2 ratio. You work yourself really hard, you push yourself, you breathe throughout the whole thing, and then you rest and you recover. And then when you're in the recovery part of the interval, you really recover. You go down to a 1 or 2 out of 10. You literally slow down. You really want to let your heart rate come back down. Your breathing gets deeper, it evens out, it slows down because you're recovering. You're preparing for the next work interval. And then you come back to it and you work really hard for 20 seconds and then you recover again for 40. So then, after you've done that for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, then we switch it up. So we start to shorten the recovery interval and increase the work. So we're going to eventually work towards having the ratio 2 to 1 of work to recovery. So now we start to work for 20 seconds and recover for 10, or we work for 40 seconds and we recover for 20. So you can play with the ratio. The numbers are very flexible. What you want to work towards is 6 to 7 times through this interval. So you work the work and then the recovery. Do that 6 or 7 times and then you always finish with a bit of a cool down. Again, 3 to 5 minutes at the end. So you warm up, you do your intervals, and then you cool down at the end. And do a little stretching and you have a really great cardio session. So there you have it, 15 to 20 minutes and you are maximizing the calorie burn. You're using lots of muscles, you're strengthening your heart, you're strengthening your lungs, and you are really not wasting as much time on the treadmill. So no, you don't have to spend a lot of time doing long duration cardio. Choose intervals. They're a lot more effective.